Hey boys and girls, I hope you're all doing well and doing okay with this math. If you've noticed the pattern, the strategies in each lesson that they do in this topic, they're introducing a new strategy. First it was using blocks, then it was using the hundreds chart. Today we're going to talk about open number line. So these are all the same as the last chapter we did when we were doing addition. So they showed us how to add using blocks. They showed us how to add using a hundreds chart, and they showed us how to add on an open number line. So we're doing the same things as we did in topic 10, except this time we're subtracting. So I hope that that helps and makes it easier for you as you go through this, since you've already been working with the strategy when you did your addition problems. So today we're going to move on to lesson 11.3, subtract tens using an open number line. So with the open number, we all know what a number line is. The open number line, if you remember from last chapter, is one that doesn't have any numbers on it. It's blank. So it's completely open. We can put whatever numbers on there we want. And how do we know which numbers to put on there? Well, we have to look at the math problem we're trying to solve. So on page 623, they're asking us to solve 50 minus 20 by showing it on this open number line. So what we're going to do is whenever we're subtracting, we know that we have a number that we start at, right? So we're going to put the 50 on our number line first. And since we're subtracting, we know we're going to be going backwards, so we want to leave some space. So we wouldn't put the 50 here, because then we'd just be going backwards. We'd be going right off the page. So we're going to put 50 towards the end, because we're not going any higher. We're subtracting. We're just going to be going backwards. So we'll put 50 towards the end on our open number line, and then we just have our 50. And then we need to figure out how many we need to hop back. Well, just like with the hundreds chart, right? We're going to use our number line to hop back by tens. So how many tens are in 20? That's right, 2. So we're going to do 2 hops, 1, 2. Okay, so each time we hop back, remember it's minus 10, minus 10. So each hop is minus 10. So since 20 is 2 tens, that's 2 hops backwards. So if we're going backwards by tens, we add 50. Then we'll just fill in our missing numbers. 40, 30. And if it's easier for you to start this way, you can add more, 10, 20, 30, 40, to fill it in that way. It doesn't matter if you have extra numbers on your open number line or not, right? But we're going to start with our first number always, and then we're going to hop back whatever that second number tells us that we need to hop back. So in this case, we started at 50, we hopped back 20, which is 2 tens, minus 10, minus 10, and our answer is where we land. In this case, we landed on the 30. So 50 minus 20 equals 30. Pages are sticking. Okay, there we go. All right, on page 624, they give that same little lesson over at the top, and then they do some practice down here. So number 1, they did our hops, but they didn't fill in our answer. So we're going to go ahead and do that. But they did give us the answer, but not on our line. So open number line, we're going to start at 30. That's our first number. We're going to hop back 2 times because there are 2 tens in 20. And if we're going, let's say 10, 20, 30. So if we were at 30, we hop back 2 times. That's where we land. So our answer there would be 10. Okay. Number 2, we're all on our own for this one. They didn't give us any cheats there. So 90 minus 70. So we always start with number there, and remember we're going to put it towards the end because we don't want to run out of space. 90. And this time we're going to be hopping back. We're going to go minus 70. So that's 7 tens. So it's a good thing we put our 90 way over here because we're going to be making 7 hops. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot to count backwards by tens, right? So there's no problem with just adding all your numbers in, right? So we have, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, just fill them all in this way. But the easier thing to do is to just count backwards. But if it's hard for you, you can also start at 10 and count up. So 90, and we hopped back 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We landed here. So that's our answer. 90 minus 70 equals 20. It's the same as 9 minus 7 equals 2, right? So 90 minus 7 equals 20. There are some ones over on this next page, page 625, that you're going to practice on your own. So there's 4 open number lines. Remember, you're going to take your first number and start there and put it towards the end in each one. And then the second number tells you how many times you have to hop back. Okay, so you should be able to practice out with that. On page 626, you're going to be doing the same exact thing, but instead of just giving you a math problem, like here, 40 minus 40, they just wrote out some words. Same thing, though. It's a math problem in an open number line. Dexter has 40 toothpicks. He uses 20 of them. How many toothpicks does he have left? So here's our math problem. 40 minus 20 equals, I don't know. You're going to have to solve that by using your open number line. Number 8, you're going to write an equation for what this is showing you. There's already numbers here. So they want you to look at it and say, okay, the start number was, they hopped backwards how many? And where did they land? So you're just filling in the blanks there. Number 9, solve 80 minus 20 on an open number line. So, same thing we were doing. Again, they just asked it in a different way. You're going to do 80 minus 20. And then explain your work. So you're just going to say, I started at 80. And I hopped backwards how many times? And why? Okay? Page 627. Just regular practice, like where we started with the math problems with an open number line. And on the back, page 628, you're going to figure out 40 minus 30 using this open number line. And here, write an equation that shows subtraction with tens. So here there are no numbers. You get to make them up. So you're going to write an equation in here and then solve it using that open number line. And number 5, solve 90 minus 40 on an open number line and explain your work. So here's your numbers that you're working with. Use the open number line to help you. And then explain what you did. I started at blank. I hopped backwards this many times. Because, right? So you just tell me where you start, where you hopped up, where you hopped backwards, and where you ended. And that's what they mean by explain your work. All right. So that seems pretty easy since we did have practice with these open number lines before. If you need me, I'm right here to help you, right? Remember, I'm still your teacher all year. You're stuck with me. Even though we're not going to go back to our classroom, we're still together, right? And I'm still your teacher. So I'm here for you. Let me know if you need me.